the ISC 2 winners bracket final. The Georgian Bay Giants taking on the Midland Explorers. Georgian Bay, Wiarton, Ontario. Midland out of eponymous Midland, Michigan. The visiting Explorers in blue. And much like the Giants that they're named after, white with black pants are the Georgian Bay Giants. Leading off for the Midland Explorers, it'll be Jesse Cornell. He'll be followed by Preston Sherman and Tony Wharton in the 3 spot. Dallin Nada, designated player for Midland. Manny Mendham, Jordan Sherman, Jerlin Rutt, Owen Lukens hits 8, and Paul Miklovic in the 9 spot for the Midland Explorers. Kyle Linton pitching, not batting for Midland. Defensively for Georgian Bay, Adam Buchner's in left, Matt Mulvey in center, Aiden Yard over in right field. And then Enzo Sharamonte, Andrew Van Bockel, Ryan Smith, and Troy Barfoot left to right on the infield, or around the horn at least. And then Taiga Onishi and Métis Rishavi behind the plate from the Czech Republic. On the board, Joe, it's Wade Kiwajishik.
Kind of surprising.
A little bit surprising, but
usually does relief work.
But you know what? I think this Midland squad, they've played Georgian Bay a couple times over the years. They've seen Yuya Yamawaki. I'm not sure if they've seen Taiga Onishi yet, but they're going to get a look, at least at the outset, at Wade Kiwajishik. Hard-throwing righty. Sometimes can struggle with a little control problems, Joe, but he is effective. He's won some tournaments pitching for this squad and for the Saugeen Thunderbirds, too, on the native Canadian circuit. So
we'll see how this goes.
In for a strike right away from Wade Kiwajishik.
Got good zip on the ball.
And swing and a miss by Jesse Cornell.
77 on the speed radar gun.
That is a pretty good start for Wade Kiwajishik. You know, he's pumped up getting the ball for the Giants here in this spot, too. That one misses downstairs. Kiwajishik rocks, leans, fires, and this one misses down low. Couple key things to watch for here, Joe, over the course of this game. The arm of Métis Rishavi behind the plate. He's got a real strong arm. We saw him pick off a runner all the way back to opening Saturday at second base. In fact, it was his second try at picking off the same runner, and he still got him.
Very accurate, too.
Ground ball out to second. Ryan Smith on to first for the opening out of the game. Always good to get that first one under your belt. Preston Sherman, the catcher to the plate. His brother Jordan we'll see in the 6th spot. He's playing second base.
Preston Sherman just recently married about 6 weeks ago. You remember, right? Blaine Milheim wasn't at the Simcoe tournament. And he was in Preston Sherman's wedding party.
Oh, very good. Where better place to spend your honeymoon than at the ballpark? Better get used to it for the next 20 years. Line shot, gloved over there at short by Andrew Van Boekel. Wow, that was a hot shot.
Great turn by Van Boekel.
That spun him all the way around. Watch the replay here. This is scorched. And comes up throwing, set the back foot, and gets Preston Sherman.
Great play.
Andrew Van Boekel gets an early start. Tony Wark. Foul ball, and Tony looks skyward. He can't believe that ended up being a foul ball. There's a great player profile on Tony. You can find it if you go back to Saturday's social media posts. You'll find the reposted version of Tony's player profile.
4:15 for our starting time.
And this one in for a strike from Kiwajishik. Leaves Wark at the plate. A great start for the Georgian Bay Giants, and Kiwajishik will go to the home half with Georgian Bay coming to the plate. Stay with us, just get underway in the ISC 2 winter bracket final. Called strike 3, the outside corner. They weren't going to
Do the other side.
Yeah. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway. Plate. That is not Kyle Linton out on the board.
No.
So a last-minute change, and it is Balin Mata, the designated player, is pitching for the
Midland
Explorers. Upstairs, and Joe, just watching him pitch, he's going to say sarcastically, "You'd never know he was a Mata from the way he leans." Just watch this. This is a, right there, a carbon copy of his cousins, Lucas Mata and Huemo Mata.
Had a good teacher.
Two of them. Laced out to center.
Wow.
And
Caught.
Caught?
I think it was
Yes,
caught.
it is. We got an outside here at the plate.
Yeah.
I think he knocked it up in the air. It was in and out of the glove by center fielder Jesse Cornell. He went back for it. He got a glove on it and then dropped it underneath. Watch this. It's up, and he manages to get it. Great grab by Jesse Cornell, robbing Mac Mulvey of extra bases. And, Joe, we're only 4 batters into this game, and I'm already handing out 2 stars.
Well, that'll get you into the game, Jesse Cornell, real quick. You want to get that ball hit to you. There it was.
Métis Rishavi, the catcher from Czechia, chases one up in the zone. I think Métis played just about every weekend show this summer with somebody.
He loves the game.
He and Adam Buchner, his traveling partner, went as far as Denmark, Wisconsin for the Boys of Summer with the Pegasus Redmond. They were in Simcoe, I think, with the Oswegan Redmond.
I think they played up in that Saugeen tournament too.
Well, the Giants were there, so I'm pretty sure they would have played
that's right
with
too,
the
yeah.
Giants in that one. But they played in the qualifier and in Kitchener with the Giants. The Giants had a pretty good tournament schedule. They played early in Interkip at the May Long Weekend event. This one is belted out to right field, and running over to make the grab there is Manny Mendham. Oh, giving the outfield a workout already here.
Mr. Mata says, here, outfielders, you catch them.
Yes, you guys are going to get your steps in today. Aiden Yard, a real good ball player, young ball player.
Very strong.
Was the emphasis that I wanted to make. He's on the Toronto Batman U23 team. They were the Ontario Eliminations champions. They will represent as the Ontario squad at the Canadian U23. That's going to be at Kitchener the last week in August, alongside the Canadian Men's Championship.
And the Masters.
And the Masters. Don't want to forget them. That's in for a strike. Joe, the Blue Crew.
At home plate is Mark Corris from Prescott, Arizona. And at first base is Mike Morrissey from Peterborough, Ontario.
2 of the best here. And a ground ball down to first. Jerlyn Rutt will step on a bag. So 3 up and 3 down we go on both sides of the coin through 1 complete. Couple of good defensive plays. Still looking for a base runner. Midland and Georgian Bay just getting underway here in the ISC 2 winter bracket final.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Joe, just before we get underway for top of the second inning, Hayden Hellier texted me before the game and asked me to do him a favor and just want to name a couple of the sponsors for the Giants, this community-sponsored team. So Brett Miller and Frosty Freeze, Laura Liss, Team List Realty, Sauble Beach Party, Troy and Tanya Barfoot, Greg Tatey and family, Ken Burrows, Forbes Gravel, and Miller's Contracting.
Brett Miller, we're missing you this week.
Yeah, wishing you well. Valen Mata, designated player, pitching to get this one underway. And Joe, do you remember the last time you and I did a game where both pitchers were batting cleanup for their respective teams.
No.
It's been a while, to say the very least. Kiwajishig humps that one up to 77. Nothing wrong with that velocity.
Yes. And he picked an outside corner, too. Laid it out there.
Well, he pitched the bulk of the Ontario Challenge Cup championship game last September. This one is lifted up. That's going to come foul down the left side out of play. I mean, he's a big, strong guy, Wade is. The Giants, as we've said, have played in the ISC 2 championship game each of the last 2 world tournaments.
Kiwajishig just picked that outside corner again with that drop ball, too. Great pitch.
That's 2 straight strikeouts for Wade Kiwajishig. You see Rishavi move out to that outside corner, and Mata can't reach that one. And Joe, we've talked about this Giants team being built over the last couple of seasons. They came to the Challenge Cup back in 2022, their first appearance. And they've added some parts. It's interesting that they've developed this connection with Czechia and Japan, of all places. Last year it was Yuya Yamawaki. This year adding Taiga Onishi.
Hayden Hillier does a great job recruiting. Got lots of connections. And built an established program. That helps.
He absolutely has. And this team plays locally. They play in the Blue Water League up in the Grey Bruce Peninsula. That one misses downstairs. Midland, of course, Joe, a storied franchise in ISC World Tournament history. A long-time program through the 90s and into the 2000s, played at Curry Stadium, hosted the World Tournament twice, 2010, 2012. This one misses upstairs. And the first base runner of the game is Manny Mendham for the Midland Explorers. The franchise went dormant for a few years, but they brought it back, Joe, 4 years ago?
I'm saying, yeah, that sounds about right.
4 years ago. Not quite the budget. And, of course, they were never a big budget team, but they had some real good ball players go through Midland over the years. And Curry Stadium hosted some big events beyond the ISC World Tournament. They had a couple of what was then the ISF World Championships there. 1996 in particular, the Michael White perfect game against Canada in the gold medal game. Snap throw down, and you don't want to wander too far with Rishavi behind the plate. And want to say hi to Jakub Kopriva over in Czechia, doubtless watching. He's been with us all week, and thank you again for that Czech guide. I am probably butchering the names a little bit. Apologize. Doing our best. But thank you for that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jordan Sherman. Here's another couple of players, Joe, that could eventually find themselves on Team USA as some of the older players phase out. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And we talked about control sometimes for Kiwajishig. He looks really good right now.
Tuned right in right now.
Right in the second inning so far.
His location's been excellent.
Jerlin Rutt from Pennsylvania. He's from that Stevens, Lancaster area where the Sandlot team is from, but he's been with this group of guys for a number of years. Jerlin Rutt puts a charge into this one and tracked down out in center. Holy cow, have we got some ball players here today. Mac Mulvey went into the gap and ran that one down. Says to Jesse Cornell, anything you can do, I can do better.
We got our own highlight film right here today.
Wow, these guys came to play.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Wade G-Shig, the pitcher, will lead things off for Georgian Bay here in the second inning. G-Shig, Adam Buchner, and Andrew Van Bokel. Pitcher, left fielder, and shortstop for the Giants. Joe, I know it's not there anymore, but I used to love going to Curry Stadium for the World Tour. I know not your favorite place because a lot of concrete steps that were somewhat difficult to navigate and didn't have an elevator, certainly an older structure. I just enjoyed the view from the press box, the opportunity to call games there for us. Coached there in 2012 with Toronto, and still maybe outside of the World Championship scene in 16, definitely my favorite.
Really a park that a lot of people remember over the years. So close to that river and always had spring flooding.
And when you would go into the interior of the building inside, every year they would mark where the flooding came up to. And there were some years where they would have had 6-8 feet of water up over the diamond. Can still remember the two world championships there. Jarvis Travelers won both of them in 10 and 12. Andrew Phibbs coming on in relief to get the win for Jarvis that year over the heavily favored Kitchener River Shark Twins. Hugh G-Shake down on strikes. Adam Buchner will step in. Adam, a grand slam the other night for Georgian Bay. Joe, that was in their game.
Pegasus
Redmond, that's right. What's been the path for Georgian Bay getting to this game?
Their first game was against the Waterdown Hammer. They beat Waterdown Hammer 13-4. Their second game, they beat the Lacey A's by a score of 6-2, and then beat Pegasus Redmond by a 9-4 margin in the ISC portion of the tournament.
Actually, I think that grand slam was against Lacey.
Well, was a 2-2 game?
That was a 2-2
It was a 2-2. Yeah.
And then he hit the grand slam.
Yeah.
And for Midland getting here?
For Midland, they beat the AHI Reapers by a score of 6-4, beat Bar Buzz by a 9-8 margin.
A snowball fight.
Yeah, and beat the Grass Valley Greens by a score of 8-1. Grass Valley Greens are still coming in from the loser's side of the bracket. They're playing the Junkyard Dogs
The Dogs.
tonight at 7:30 over on Diamond 3.
Upstairs to Buckner, works the walk. First base runner of the game for Georgian Bay here in the bottom of the second inning. Andrew Van Boekel.
Number 72, Andrew Van Boekel. And he hits the scoreboard worker.
Our PA announcer is all excited that the center field scoreboard is now operational. Van Boekel had that snazzy play out at short in the top of the first. Fouls this one back. Turns to bunt and can't get it down. Corners are crashing pretty hard. Tony Wark and Jerlin Rutt. I can't get over how much his motion looks like Waymo and before that Lucas.
Just a little shorter in stature, that's all.
And he's only, Joe, 18 or 19 years old. I do not believe he's 20 yet. In for a strike.
Great future ahead of him then.
Certainly has the pedigree. Slugged by Van Boekel, but 2 steps for Jesse Cornell. That was a much easier chance for Jesse Cornell than the previous one. Enzo Chiramonte has moved up from the 9 spot to 7 in the order since we last saw the Giants. They were our first broadcast, Joe, all the way back on Saturday afternoon. And in for a strike. And Preston Sherman behind the plate has got a good arm, too. Slash down the right side, but into the fence, foul. I wonder if they're charging for the shade down there under those tents. You can see them just...
Pretty high-priced real estate if it is.
Yeah, just past the first base dugout. There's a couple of tents set up underneath the trees. It's the same thing on the third base side. It's the Bear Creeks over on that side, and it's some of the Bear Creeks over here too. There's a Gremlins tent. I'm not sure about the orange one, but that's foul down the left side. Mata waiting for Chiramonte to get set on the batter's box on the right side. Thought about going after it. Shakes one, and time at the plate as Mata and Preston Sherman can't get on the same page. And that is foul into the screen. Keep on 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here. Bottom of the second inning. This is the ISC 2 winners bracket final. Georgian Bay and Midland Explorers. Midland, Michigan. Georgian Bay from Wiarton, Ontario. Changeup, kept the hands back, and in and out of the glove of Jordan Sherman, Joe, who was picking it up, trying to throw it before he actually had it. And an E4, Sharamonte is on base. Joe, I'm going to ask you to take over for a second, will you please?
Yeah, right. Jordan Sherman just had a quick peek and shouldn't have tried to peek there. Ryan Smith now at the plate for the Georgian Bay Giants. Runners on first and second. 2 down here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Fouled off by Ryan Smith. Two strikes to Smith now. Pitch in the release, a little high and out of the strike zone. Oh, he called it on the swing. So Smith goes down on strikes for the second out, and the second strikeout by Mata this inning. So at the end of 2 complete innings of play, there is no score. We'll be back with the top of the third inning in a few moments.
Welcome to Monthill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
To lead off the top of the third inning for the Midland Explorers, we go the number 8 batter, the shortstop, Owen Lukens. He'll be followed up by the left fielder, Paul Miklovic. And then we'll be back at the top. Wade Kiwajushik still doing a great job on the mound. 3 strikeouts so far, 1 walk. Just missing off the edge of the plate. Ball 1. Nice little change up there. Lukens going after it for even the count out at once. Just took something off that just to throw off the timing of Lukens. Again, coming back with that changeup, ball out to center field to Mac Mulvey. Oh, another good grab by Mulvey for the game. First out of the third inning. Paul Miklovic now at the plate. Center fielders have been busy in this game. 4 outs to the 2 center fielders, 2 each. Kiwajishik just missing. Good speed there. 70 on the radar gun by Kiwajishig. Even the count out to at ones. Miklovic, the number 9 batter for Midland. Nice pitch by Kiwajishig, just missing off that outside corner. Little high. Two balls, one strike. He's throwing a couple of changeups now. I imagine he'll come back with some heat. And that he does. 76 on the gun. Miklovic tried to lay down a bunt, but fouled it off. All evens at 2 now. Good pitch by Kiwajishig, sitting down Miklovic for his 4th strikeout of the game, 2nd out of the inning. Go back up the top of the order to the center fielder, Jesse Cornell. Jesse grounded out to the second baseman, Ryan Smith, earlier in the game. He was our leadoff batter. Here we are in the 3rd inning now. Whoa, Kiwajishig just had a little control problem on that pitch. See if he can regroup here, bring it back to the plate. And yes, he did. Pitch on the inside portion of the plate. Cornell swung and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cornell. Pitch fouled off down the right field line, in between the 2 diamonds. Kiwajishig with 34 pitches so far in the game. Time has been called by Cornell. Nice pitch by Kiwajishig, but fouled off by Cornell. Trying to stay alive, protect that plate. Good job by Cornell. Two balls, 1 strike to Cornell. Kiwajishig with a pitch and release. Fouled off again by Cornell. Cornell's going to be a tough guy to put away, I guess. The lean back by Kiwajishig. And the release. Nice changeup, but a little bit high. Took a little bit off that, came in at 70. Pitch just missing off that outside corner. 2-2 count now, all even. Cornell's going to be a tough guy to put away. Ball hit by Cornell right up the middle. Rounding that bag. Second thoughts about going with a quick pickup by center fielder Mac Mulvey. Give Cornell that single. Good time at plate for Jesse Cornell. Go to the number 2 batter, the catcher, Preston Sherman. Sherman grounded out to Andrew Van Boekel back in the first inning. We have 2 down, a runner at first base. Pitch caught the inside hand of Preston Sherman. He'll get on by way of a hit by pitch. So a little 2-out rally going here for the Midland Explorers. And have a pinch runner, number 7, for the Midland Explorers. Or 17, maybe? 7. Oh, Miklovic. I guess he's running for the 2-out for the catcher.
Number 7, Paul Miklovic, is to run at first base for the Explorers. Now batting, number 18, Tony York.
Tony working out the plate. Tony struck out, swinging back in the first. Big wide open stance by Wark. Pitch missing again on that outside corner of the plate. 41 pitches for Kiwajishig. No action in the Georgian Bay Giants bullpen yet. Good pitch again, just missing on that outside corner. He's just off. Home plate umpire Mark Corris from Prescott, Arizona. Kiwajishig just has to bring it in a notch. Working on driving in the first run of the game. Punch by Wark down that left field line. Andrew Buckner picking that ball up. First run of the game crosses that plate by Jesse Cornell. Good single by Tony Wark. Preston Sherman advancing over to third base. Little 2-0 rally, scoring the first run of the game.
Joe, all of that set up by that really good at bat by Jesse Cornell. And then the hit by pitch, a little bit of a self-inflicted wound for Kiwajishig.
Cornell fought him off on a lot of pitches. Ball hit out to the left field line. Adam Buckner charging, but foul.
And a little bit of contact between Tony Wark and Enzo Sharamonte coming around the bag. Sharamonte was fairly close to the bag, and Wark gave him a little bit of a shove on the way by to get him out of the way. Nothing malicious, but just some contact.
Telling you I'm here. My line. Mata now at the plate. Mata done a great job at the plate on the pitcher's mound so far. Punch by Mata out to the left field line, down the line. Fouled into foul territory between the two diamonds. Midland Explorers want to continue on this productive inning. Kiwajishig with a pitch and release. Mata driving the ball. Great play by the first baseman, Troy Barfoot, for the third out of the inning, shutting down that Midland Explorers rally. 1 run crossing the plate on 2 hits and 2 runners left on base. We'll be back with the bottom of the third inning in a few moments.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Troy Barfoot now at the plate. Ball going down the line. Home plate umpire Mark Corr saying it was hit in foul territory.
Or was it hit in fair because he's standing down at the bag?
Oh,
I think they're saying they touched it before it went fair, or are they calling him back?
I
was
think
Hayden Hellier's out to question that. Now they are calling him back.
I think they're calling it back.
I mean, just from our vantage point, looking down on it, I thought it was foul. I thought it made it to foul territory.
Yeah.
So 0-1, Troy Barfoot. 9 batter in the order for the Giants. That one is upstairs. Barfoot and back to the top of the shot, Mulvey and Rishavi called a strike on the outside corner. Troy Barfoot, Joe, one of the veterans on this squad. It's a real good mix of veterans and younger players. And Barfoot has been around the block a couple of times. Originally with the Port Elgin Blue Devils, and that one is dribbled foul. And Hayden Hellier just kind of stepped over it and let Jerlin Rutt worry about it. A little bit of action, it looks like, down in the Midland bullpen. I can just tell by the way he's walking. That's Kyle Linton warming up. Upstairs to Barfoot.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Barfoot.
Little inside-out swing, but that's going to be enough to drop that into no man's land. Troy Barfoot, Joe, couldn't have walked that out there any better.
Great little punch there by Barfoot.
And back to the top of the shot. Max Mulvey hit about the second or third pitch of the game on a line to straightaway center field. Robbed on a circus catch by Jesse Cornell. And this one downstairs from Mata. Joe, it'll be interesting to see for the Midland coaching staff what the game plan is with Mata. try and get 3 innings out of him, twice through the order.
Yeah, I would think they were going to give that a whirl. I was thinking the same thing on the Georgian Bay side too. Kiwajishi getting through the order as long as he can, and hopefully he doesn't get in too much trouble before they bring in the Yui Yamawaki.
Well, probably Onishi.
Onishi maybe.
Mulvey laces this one out to right, and going coast to coast goes Troy Barfoot. Look how high that pitch was. I mean, there's bad ball hitting, and then there's bad ball hitting, but Mac Mulvey, wow.
He'll learn not to. You got to throw strikes against Mulvey.
Yeah. Miti Reishavi bunting, and that one is just off to our right. That might have landed in the men's room down there, Joe, on the trajectory it was on.
Georgian Bay trying to even up the score here.
That one is foul the other side. We're giving the walkway a workout. And this one is driven out to short center, making the dive for it, can't come up with it. Barfoot will cross the plate and tie the game. Rishavi looked like he really hit that a lot harder than he actually did, Joe. It was a big swing, and it just died out there in short center.
Yeah, it was just like a dying quail out there.
Mulvey had to go halfway to see if that was going to get caught or not. A diving attempt by Jesse Cornell, but he couldn't come up with it.
He's made a couple great grabs, so they were totally unsure.
Yeah, you just don't know what you're going to get out there. But 3 straight hits for the Giants here in the 3rd inning. They tied the game at 1 and threatening for more with Aiden Yard at the plate. Up the middle, step on the bag at 2, back to first, and they get the double play. A real nice play there by Jordan Sherman to go to his right. Momentum takes him to the bag and then doubles off Aiden Yard.
Slows that whole inning down now.
Mulvey is up to 3rd on the play. Still got to deal with Wade Kiwajishig, the cleanup batter for Georgian Bay, way up and in, and he has to get back out of the way of that.
Mata with 40 pitches so far.
Even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike as he finds the outside corner. A good hold by Wade Kiwajishig. Doesn't chase the rise ball. And a big cut straight back to the screen.
Just missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Giants have tied the game here in the bottom of the 3rd. Still threatening with Mac Mulvey over on 3rd base. And that is a little pop fly on the infield. Sherlyn Rutt will come in to make the final out of the inning. But we got ourselves a tie ball game. Midland Explorers, Georgian Bay Giants. Who's going to go straight to the ISC 2 championship game? Stay tuned. We're all going to find out together.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Manny Mendham, Jordan Sherman, and Jerlyn Rutt for the Midland Explorers. Fourth inning, Joe, about 55 minutes here in the top of the fourth. Shh. I didn't say anything about it. I just said that's where we're at. G-Shig rocks and fires, and but barely can get Rishavy can barely get turned around before that ball's ricocheted back into his lap. Upstairs. Mendham walked but was stranded. That was back in the second inning.
Good pitch.
Took a little something off that.
Yeah.
Good changeup from
Just a
Wade
good mix.
Kiwajishik. Some action down in the Georgian Bay bullpen. Taiga Onishi is up throwing for the Giants. Way up in the air. Both of them are calling for it. And the center fielder, Mac Mulvey, ultimately gets it, but Buchner's got to back off.
Need a little bit more communications out there.
Yeah, or yell a little louder,
Yeah.
one of the two. Usually it's the center fielder's ball unless he backs off. Jordan Sherman just made that nice double play in the top, or the previous half inning, let's put it. So, Joe, the loser of this drops into the loser bracket final and will take on the winner of the Junkyard Dogs and the Grass Valley Greens.
Yes.
Am I reading that right?
That's correct.
So, final four in ISC 2. Sherman fouls that out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. And called strike 3 on that outside corner. Can't pull the trigger. Second time this afternoon, Jordan Sherman is rung up.
5th strikeout for Kiwajishig.
Jerlin Rutt. And Joe, he lined out to Mac Mulvey. That ended the second inning, and that was another one of those asterisk-type plays.
Great play by Mac Mulvey on that catch.
Misses for ball 1. And 2-0 as Kiwajishig falling behind to Jerlin Rutt. You couldn't hit that one more foul if you tried. That's onto the outfield grass on the diamond adjacent to us. Jerlin Rutt hooked that like you wouldn't believe. Just missing. 3 balls. Up to 60 pitches now for Kiwajishig here in the 4th. 3-1 the count. And ball 4, so a 2-out walk to Jerlin Rutt. I'm going to bring up Owen Lukens. Owen flied out to center field.
Midland Explorers started that 2-out rally back in the 3rd inning, so got a 2-out rally started here with that walk.
This is where you got to bear down. Can't be issuing walks with 2 out, particularly at the bottom of the order, too, Joe. 7, 8, 9, you've got to bear down here and get these guys.
Just throw strikes. Hope your defense can help you out. Just having trouble finding that plate right now.
Yeah. Two and 0. And that'll be fouled down the right side out of play. So 2-1. It just looks to me, Joe, like Kiwajishig is starting to flag here a little bit.
I think there's some action going on in that.
Yeah, Taigo Nishi is up for Georgian Bay. This is where we shouldn't be waiting for a ball to come in. Like,
No.
This is an unnecessary delay.
Yeah.
So everybody's reset. Q&G Shig back to the board. And we'll foul that one off and hopefully not wait for it to come back this time. But that's exactly what we're going to do.
Oh.
3 of them and make
Yeah.
it 4 coming in from one of the other umpires. Time to do that is in between innings.
Yeah.
Not in between pitches.
No. Yeah.
That's bad
Just
form.
like delay.
Bad form. Swing and a miss. Good rise ball from Wade Q-G-Shig to get Owen Lucan swinging. Go to the home half of the 4th. Giants coming back to the plate.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that. A fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Adam Buckner, Andrew Van Boekel, and Enzo Shiramonte. In for a strike from Valen Mata. And that one just a little inside. Action continues in the Midland bullpen. Kyle Linton is up throwing still. Taiga Onishi has, for the time being, retreated back to the third base bench. And a strike this time to Buckner. Full count to the leadoff batter here. Bottom of the 4th inning. ISC 2 winners bracket final. And inside, ball 4, a leadoff walk to Adam Buckner.
Second walk for Buckner.
Number 72,
Andrew Van Boekel to the plate. Flied out to center field back in the 2nd. Was after the first pitch and fouls that way back out of play.
Andrew needs a little more patience than that. wait for his pitch. Went reaching.
Yeah, he really chased that one up and out, didn't he? I think he made up his mind he was going to swing pretty early. That one misses down and in, so falling behind Andrew Van Boekel. Bobbled and never recovered by Jordan Sherman. Joe, I was ready to ring up the
The old double
to
play
2
ball.
for 1 and 1 for 2 call, but couldn't handle it. Jordan Sherman with the error on the play.
No one out here now. The bottom of the fourth.
Well, Enzo Cheramonte, who handles the bat well. And don't be surprised to see some small ball here, Joe. Turns squares, goes after it. Maybe a little bit too much foot action in the box, though, Joe. You just, as you always say, you just want to pivot on that back foot. You don't need to be running up through the box. Just make it simple. Better mechanics this time. He gets it down and fired over to first by Tony Wark. Just simplify.
Great sacrifice bunt there. Well executed by Cheramonte.
Coach Pete McDougall, the first guy to give the high five to Cheramonte on getting the bunt down. And that's going to be it for Mata. He's done some yeoman's work here, Joe, getting halfway through the fourth. He'll give way to Kyle Linton. We'll take a break during this pitching change, and we'll be back to see you in a minute.
Sometimes people worry about asking for help because there can be a stigma around mental health problems.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
They might believe that asking for help means admitting that something's wrong.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Some people worry about how others might see them.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Asking for help means that you want to make changes and take the first steps towards better mental health.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
We should celebrate the courage it takes to speak up and make changes.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Getting help is part of recovery.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Mental health isn't something you need to keep to yourself. Talk to a friend. Trust your teammates. You're not alone.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
The first steps may be the toughest, but knowing where to look for help is a good start. Community mental health organizations like the Canadian Mental Health Association or Mental Health America offer resources and programs that can help you. Visit cmha.ca or mentalhealthamerica.net to find a branch in your community.
And remember,
trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
All right, Joe, I'm going to declare a little bit of bias here up front. Kyle Linton, a longtime friend and former teammate in a number of places, and he's right down on the first pitch. You ask these guys kindly. No opportunity for Buchner to advance. Ryan Smith at the plate for Georgian Bay. Adam Buchner is the runner at third. Andrew Van Boekel is the runner out at second base. Georgian Bay threatening here with one down, bottom of the fourth. They tied it in the bottom of the third, and an opportunity to take the lead for the first time here in the fourth. Linton, all the experience in the world, Joe.
Been a lot of big games.
It walks Smith here to load the bases with one down. I'll take you back to 2015, Joe, 10 years ago. Kyle Linton starts in the championship game of the ISC, in the Canadian Championship, and in the New Zealand Club Team Championship later that year.
That was one he'll remember.
I don't think that's ever been done before. I don't know it'll ever be done again. Troy Barfoot fouls this one off the mask of Preston Sherman. That will ring your bell. Kyle's been all-world a couple of times here in the ISC. With the Gators that year in 15. Later with the Niagara Stompers. That pitch called a strike.
Linton has to find a way to shut the door here now.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble here right now.
Keep that ball low, keep it in the infield. Gives your infielders a chance to bring it to home.
Barfield has scored the game's only run right now for Georgian Bay. He singled and came around an inning ago. And this one is upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Troy Barfoot. And Linton again falling down on the delivery.
So perfected that landing spot?
Well,
or do you think it's a weakness in the knee?
That's a great question. I don't know that Kyle's experienced knee problems.
Seems to be.
I chatted with him briefly last night. He didn't say anything about having any knee issues or anything.
Could be just a footing issue. Landing foot's not coming in the right spot.
But he hasn't gone back and done any landscaping. I mean, that's the first thing I would have expected him to do. And this one is short right. Coming in to make the grab is Manny Mendham.
Oh,
and
double
they
play.
got, oh my goodness, they doubled off Ryan Smith at first. That is a base running mistake.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business.
Nine batter Paul Miklovic will lead things off for the Explorers. Top of the fifth inning, knotted at 1. And a squandered opportunity, Joe, by the Giants in the bottom of the fourth.
Just a huge mistake with those bases loaded to come up with that style of play. First base, Smith got off the bag way too far on that fly ball. Yes, it was a tough ball for Manny Mendham to catch, but he charged it all and had a great throw over to first base to German Rutt.
Wade Kiwajishig still in the circle for the Georgian Bay Giants. And I got to think, Joe, here at this point that maybe Wade will be on a short leash.
I would think
from
so.
this point forward.
Just giving up the 2 hits, the 1 inning.
With Miklovic, the 9 batter here, and then you're back to the top of the shop and giving everybody now your third look at Wade Kiwajishig.
6 strikeouts so far in the first 4 innings. 68 pitches.
He's had a great outing.
1 walk, 1 hit batsman.
Yeah, he's had an absolutely great outing.
2 walks.
Just off the corner. 2-2 to Miklovic. He is a softball or an assistant coach, I guess, at one of the universities. It's hard to keep track of all of them. There's a lot of men's fast-pitch softball players who are coaches at women's teams around the U.S. Can't pull the trigger here, and down again, looking. And we'll go back to the top of the shop. Jesse Cornell, Joe, that inning you were calling, he got that inning going with 2 out with a tremendous at-bat. Fought off some pitches, looked at some close pitches, and then hit a solid single to get it going.
A great AB there.
That'll get out of play down the right side. Coming up, Joe, it is the first of our 2 winter bracket semifinals. Hill United Chiefs and JDT First Energy. Number 1 versus number 5 in the rankings. We go all the way back to the Canada East qualifier and opening night. As this is chopped down to third, Enzo Sharamonte, a high throw, pulls Barfoot away, and Jesse Cornell, who runs very well, speedily up to second base. And we've seen that throw go errant before.
Chermonti didn't plant
just
his
needs
feet.
to set.
Watch.
Yeah, just needs to set. Likes to make that running throw.
Yeah.
But when you set, you've got a much more higher chance of making a good throw.
Runner in scoring position now for Midland Explorers. Top part of the order for Midland. Number 2 batter, Preston Sherman.
Kua G-Shig delivers and off the plate for ball 1. And just to finish the thought on the 2 upcoming games, the Chiefs and JDT met opening night at the Canada East qualifier in Mitchell, and JDT came away with an upset win that Friday night. Can they do it again here tonight? We'll wait and see. This one is a home run in an elevator shaft and pops out of the glove, and Barfoot is going to ask for a bit of interference from the runner as Sherman just brushes right past him, and Craig Scott, the coach, didn't like that from Barfoot, and now we're going to have a little gathering. Cole McDougall is over here to make some peace, but a couple of hotheads on each side. Kyle Linton is not going to have any of that, let me tell you. Barfoot felt like he had to deke around Sherman to get to the ball, and that's what caused him to drop it. Hayden Hellier is hot, and Cole McDougall is trying to quiet him down. Mike Morrissey is trying to get guys back to their respective benches. Barfoot is still hot about the whole thing. The umpires are going to talk about it. Can you run it one more time? So you'll see this go way up in the air, and he starts down the base path. He's right in the lane, but Barfoot felt like it was close enough that it threw him off his stride, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Listen, there was no contact.
No.
But it was just enough for him to lose concentration. And now the Midland coach and Pete McDougall are being called in. Craig Scott and Pete McDougall are having a conversation with Morrissey. Cole McDougall is still trying to cool off Barfoot.
Linton and Barfoot just shook hands.
Well, those two have been around the game long enough to know each other. Mm-hmm. Morrissey is probably going to get everybody back into place here. This has gone on just about long enough.
Yep.
Craig Scott's down there chatting to Métis Reichevy. He's going to need to stand on a soapbox to be able to look to him in the eye.
Where is Sherman going?
Sherman is headed to the bench.
Yes.
So did they call him out on interference?
Unless it was a verbal thing that we weren't aware of.
Well, Tony Wark is the next scheduled batter, so I think they got the interference call.
Cornell still at second, so yeah, it has to be just straight.
It had to be interference on the batter. Now, the only thing I can think of, Joe, is like you just said, maybe something was said
verbally
on the way by.
Yep.
And maybe that's what had Troy Barfoot so worked up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do some investigative journalism, Joe, after the game.
Because inquiring minds want to know.
I'm sure they do. Tony Wark has the RBI for Midland. He had a hard hit ball on the left side to score, and here he's done it again. That is going to ricochet up against the fence. Tony Wark pulls out the chute, literally, and gets to second base. And another RBI for the hard-hitting third baseman for the Midland Explorers.
Both runs driven in by Wark.
And McDougall is back out to get the ball from Wade Kiwajishig. And it'll be Taiga Onishi will be in to try and shut the door. And, Joe, I wonder if that was maybe a batter too far. Tony Wark getting his third look at Wade Kiwajishig. We'll take a break, and we'll get back here in a couple of seconds.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
So Taiga Onishi on in relief. First pitch inside to Valen Mata. Kiwajishi goes over to first. Barfoot effectively becomes the DP. And that's a swing and a miss. And a hard foul ball that clunks off the outside post of the gate.
Good turn of the bats. Good turn of his wrist there. Quick.
Kiwajishi goes 4 2/3.
More action in the Midland Explorer, unless it's Kyle getting some more pitches.
I think it might be. And that's fouled straight back to the screen. The runner at second, Tony Wark, still belongs to Wade Kiwajishig, so can't quite close the book on him just yet. Took a little something off, and that's why you have somebody. That was Sherman down there, was it not?
Yeah, I think so.
He's the
spotter.
The spotter. Well, Onishi's certainly not in any hurry, is he?
No, he slowed the pace of the game down.
Takes a quick look to make sure everybody is set. And fouled off of the plate again by Valen Mata. Boy, he just can't get one by him right now. Stuck at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there he manages to get Valen Mata on a swing and miss. So Nishi comes in and shuts the door in the top of the 5th. The Midland Explorers, they get 1. Tony Wark continues to be the RBI man for Midland. Drives in Jesse Cornell again, and they take the lead.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us
Back to the top of the shop for the Georgian Bay Giants, and they are in full throat on their bench over on the third base side. Fired up about that half inning, Joe, and I'll be interested to know what exactly transpired between Sherman and Barfoot.
Giants now down a run. Bottom of the 5th. Have to find something going here. Top part of the order.
First time, though, seeing Kyle Linton. And had a notion to go, and yes, he did, says Mike Morrissey. Upstairs. The rise ball has typically been Linton's best pitch. Worked hard on the change over the years, but the rise and the drop are primarily his go-to pitches.
His whole pitching motion, though, is so fluid and just so natural. Nothing, the holding his arm back or anything. It's just a good natural motion. Going forward, everything going forward.
And skips this one in through the right side batter's box. Mulvey singled and got as far as third in the third when Georgian Bay tied the game the first time. And he'll chop that one foul. Approaching 6 p.m. Central Time, and we're starting to see the park fill up a little bit more. About to get underway behind us is Bear Creek Express. Ty Sebastian back on the board as Mac Mulvey goes down on strikes.
Nice drop though by Kyle Linton there.
Rishavi at the plate. Has a thought about a bunt, and Wark came down a little bit from third. That's not something you would be thinking from Rishavi. The yellow compression sleeve and the gloves are a little bit off-brand for a team that is black, orange, and white. Three and one. One down here. Bottom of the fifth inning. And lost that one, did Kyle Linton. So a walk to Rishavi, and that'll bring up Aiden Yard. Pair of groundouts to the right side for Aiden. Marco Diaz and Devin McCullough, to the surprise of absolutely no one in this winner's bracket semifinal coming up after this one. Got some business to take care of here first. Yeah. Aiden Yard looks at this one on the inside. And a great defensive play down there by Jerlin Rutt. Rishavi, who runs well, was already mostly sliding into second base by the time Rutt got turned. But that ball was spanked right at Rutt.
Yard now going in to run for Rishavi.
Well, Kiwajishig needs to get something out onto the grass, Joe. Give Yard a chance to come around and tie the game. Big cut, but comes up empty.
Some guys, when they're pitching, just can't seem to concentrate on hitting. Now that he's off the pitching mound, wonder if his hitting will turn around.
Inside to Kiwajishig.
Home plate umpire Mark Corse granting Kiwajishig time.
That one misses upstairs from Linton. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out here in the 5th, and we've really lost the pace in this one, Joe.
Yes, slowed right down.
And make it 3-1.
Just missed.
And Kiwajishig thought he was on his way to first, but he's held back for at least one more pitch. 3-2 the count, 2 down. Yard, the runner, out at second base. Chases the rise ball upstairs. Linton works around that base runner. Picks up 2 more strikeouts here in the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Midland Explorers trying to punch their ticket to the ISC 2 championship game.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Manny Mendham, the leadoff batter for the Midland Explorers. Top of the 6th inning. Manny, the number 5 batter for Midland. Got on by a walk back in the 2nd inning. Flew out to the center fielder back in the 4th.
Onishi not close with that one. Little tap on the chest. Onishi came on to get the final out in the 5th. And then he takes a backwards look at the pitching board, or the pitching landing area. And it looks like there's a real pit there, Joe.
Yeah.
Jeez, his shoe disappears up to his ankle by the time he gets into that hole. Holy smokes.
Nice pitch.
Yeah, zips this one in for a strike. Hill United Chiefs in their full gray set of uniforms, and they are, looks like on the visitors' side, Joe. Yes, they are the visitors. Yep. JDT, they've been in white pretty much all week. So leadoff walk to Manny Mendham. Jordan Sherman been caught looking twice.
Still not sure on his footing.
That one's in for a strike. Pretty much the same pitch and the same result.
Yeah.
Step on the bag for one, and Van Boekel across for two. Good defense by the youngster from your neck of the woods, is he not?
Downtown Interkip.
Downtown Interkip. How is downtown Interkip these days?
Not too bad. Actually just lives out in the outskirts. But his parents have a nice little ball field right on their property.
That's right. That's them, isn't it? Yeah. Yes.
Field of Dreams.
Little Field of Dreams just outside on the outskirts of Interkip, Ontario.
Kyle Smith actually had his wedding pictures taken there.
Jerlin Rutt at the plate. Lined out to center and then walked in the fourth. In for a strike from Onishi. Wearing number 99. In tight. Rutt chases this one upstairs. It ricochets to the screen, but he's unable to beat that one out. A 1-2-3 inning, courtesy of an Andrew Van Boekel double play. We'll go to the home half of the sixth. Early getting late for the Georgian Bay Giants, down to their final 6 outs. Just trailing by a run, but feels like, Joe, they haven't really threatened for a while.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet.
Adam Buckner. His first look at Kyle Linton. Adam has walked twice. Got to second in the second and third in the fourth.
Kyle Linton with 43 pitches so far, and it's be 1 1/3 inning. 1 2/3.
Chases that rise ball from Linton upstairs. And fouls this one straight back to the screen. This one is clubbed, but that's going to go foul into the fence by Buckner.
Good turn by Buckner.
Just want to remind everybody, if you're looking for the Hill United Chiefs game, that'll be upcoming in about 20 minutes following the conclusion of this one. It's the ISC 2 winter bracket final. A real good game here between Georgian Bay and the Midland Explorers, currently out on the field, but leading by a 2-1 score. In loser bracket action ongoing right now on our secondary streaming, the Bear Creek Express and the Kegel Black Knights. That one goes to the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of full counts, Joe, the last couple of innings.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of pitches.
Chases the rise ball upstairs. That's the Linton go-to pitch.
3rd strikeout since he come in the game.
Tried to take something off that one. Off the plate, Van Boekel. Been solid, if not spectacular, defensively for the Giants. He reached on an error. That was back in the 4th. Bullpens are quiet on both sides. Neither starter is in the game. Kiwajishig will be on the hook right now, Joe, as Van Boekel chases after that pitch off the corner.
Linton's done a good job. Last 3 batters struck down.
Enzo Sharamonte put down a beauty of a bunt. That was in the 4th. Linton peers in for the sign. And gets Sharamonte to chase upstairs. Swing and a miss, so he got him to chase the rise ball, and there got him to chase the drop, Joe.
Yeah, way up in the count now, 2 strikes.
On the ground, Lukens Over to first for the out. 3 up, 3 down for Linton and the Explorers. We'll go to the top of the 7th. We've made it, Joe, to the 7th. Midland looking to pad this lead.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Owen Lukens to lead things off for Midland. Just made the defensive play to end the bottom of the 6th. Lukens, Miklovic, and then back to the top of the shop for the spark plug, Jesse Cornell.
Good rise ball there by Onishi.
Big cut by Owen Lukens. Can't get the bat off the shoulder. Down on strikes.
Got to stay aggressive with 2 strikes when you're looking for that extra run. Got to put that ball in play.
Got a thought about a bunt at Miklovic. He's been caught looking twice this afternoon. And again, shows bunt. Sharamonte on the move from third base.
Nice drop ball.
Yeah, swings over the top. Onishi's got all the pitches, Joe. He's not going to overwhelm you with velocity, but moves the ball around nicely.
Right around the plate.
This is punched out to left. That's going to fall foul. So we'll get everybody reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down here for Paul Miklovic. Called strike 3, Midi Raishevi. He was up out of that crouch so quick, Joe, we actually had to pause a beat before he threw it down to third to let the home plate umpire catch up. And I got to be honest, Joe, I was not familiar with Jesse Cornell prior to today.
No.
I wanted to check to see if he was a newcomer to ISC, but he's not marked that way.
4 strikeouts for Onishi since he came in the game. 3 in a row now.
Well, you want to do what you can to get Jesse Cornell here. He gets on base, he tends to come around, especially if you don't get Preston Sherman, you bring up Tony Wark. That seems like a guaranteed run combination.
Yeah, he puts the ball in play. Cornell, it's a tough out, as you showed back in the 3rd inning.
And that's going to go off the glove of Van Boekel. He's going to get halfway up to second base before retreating back to first. Two for 4 on the day, but 2 runs scored are the difference right now. Bring up Preston Sherman, involved in some controversy in his last at bat. On the move, Cornell, throw down.
Good wheels going down that line.
Yeah, and Rishavi's got a real good arm, as we know.
Good slide, too. Cornell at the other end. Now in scoring position, they'd love to pick up that insurance run.
Oh, that would be huge for Midland, wouldn't it? Onishi. You got to be careful with Preston Sherman. You can't leave one hanging.
No. Good stick, lots of power.
But you don't want to in for a strike. You don't want to leave things to having to go after Tony Wark. You really want to go after Preston Sherman here. Well hit center field. Going back, and going gone. Preston Sherman, a 2-run home run. And Joe, we talked about how sweet an insurance run would be. How about 2 of them?
Preston Sherman got all that ball, driving that ball over that center field fence. Mac Mulvey not having a chance. Is that ball clearing that fence easily? Another 2-out rally. Scored the other run in the 3rd inning on a 2-out rally.
3 of the 4 runs coming with 2 outs. That's big hitting from the Midland Explorers. Wark, who's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Well, it skips into Rishavy. Two balls, two strikes. Georgian Bay need to reset and get the out here to get out of this inning. Took something off of it. Changeup dialed it down to 62, but good bat control by Tony Wark to foul that off.
Wark just trying to stay alive with two strikes.
Wark's another guy, Joe, that's on the photo carousel on the front page of the ISC website. Sharp-eyed viewers may have spotted that one. There's the changeup again, and he gets Wark this time. But the two-run home run by Preston Sherman gives that breathing space to the Midland Explorers. Last call for the Georgian Bay Giants to get to the ISC 2 championship game the easy way. But they got it in them for a comeback. Let's find out. Ryan Smith will face Kyle Linton leading off here in the bottom of the seventh. Smith, Barfoot, and Mac Mulvey, the scheduled batters. Linton trying to close the door and get Midland to their first ISC 2 championship game.
I mean, Linton's on a great job coming in. Other than a couple of walks, but just really maybe wasn't ready to come in, but did take some warm-up pitches in between innings. But not a hit since he come in the game. Georgian Bay have not had a hit since the third inning.
Yeah, they threatened a little bit. They had a couple of guys on in the fourth when Linton came on via walk and an error. Smith can't get that rise ball from Kyle Linton.
Fifth strikeout for Linton. 59 pitches since he come in the game.
Troy Barfoot, who effectively moved to the DP spot when they made the pitching change, and Kiwajishig went to first. Strike to the outside corner. That misses off, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Barfoot had scored the lone run for the Giants. He singled. He and Mulvey and Rishavi all had back-to-back-to-back hits in the third. But that's been it, Joe, ever since.
Yes.
Upstairs to Barfoot, not chasing that time. And that's grounded foul down the left side. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Georgian Bay Giants now chasing 3 to tie. And fighting that one off again is Barfoot.
Just took something off that pitch.
Troy Barfoot doing his best to single-handedly get us to the 3-hour mark with all these foul balls.
Kyle Linton coming in with a 72 on the radar gun.
He had the drop ball up to about 76, 77, Joe. That was a little bit earlier. This one's up and in, so run the count to full on Troy Barfoot.
Looking for a base runner. Got to start something here for Georgia Bay.
And another foul ball at the plate. Boy, he's got to be approaching 10 pitches here. And this one is looped out to short left, and coming on to make the grab, perfectly positioned out there, is Miklovic. He was playing very shallow, Joe.
Good wheels, though. Read it well off the bat.
You can see Barfoot's trying to go that way with it, but Miklovic on the run. Right man, right place. Mac Mulvey. And this one is in short left. That's going to fall into no man's land, and Mulvey gives the Giants some life.
Second hit for Mulvey. 2 for 4 in the game.
Mati Rishavi. 2 years, I still can't get this kid's name right every time. Rishavi. It's going to have to be a 2-out rally here for the Giants if they are going to survive. They're going to rule that he went around. And defensive conference here for Preston Sherman and Kyle Linton. Aiden Yard awaits on deck if it gets that far. Aiden, a couple of hard hit balls on the ground, but they've been right at people tonight. 2 ground balls to Jerlyn Rutt at first, and another one to Jordan Sherman out at second. Just hasn't been able to get the ball in the air. Rishavy pounds this one through the 5.5 hole, so a little life yet here for the Georgian Bay Giants. And Joe, the tying run comes to the plate. Where have we seen this scenario before?
Yes. Georgia Bay trying to start their own 2-out rally here. Yeah, that was last night about 1 o'clock. Or this morning about 1 o'clock.
In that neighborhood. In that neighborhood. Called a strike to Yard, and he's not a fan of that call. Big cut at the rise ball. And Linton and the Explorers a strike away from an appearance in the ISC 2 championship game. Well hit, deep left field, hooking, foul.
Wow.
Aiden Yard gave it a ride.
I don't think Kyle Linton will want to throw that pitch again.
Well, we talked about Yard trying to get something up in the air. He's been on the ground for his 3 official balls in play.
Just about went Yard.
Chases the rise ball upstairs. Linton comes on and does a magnificent job in relief for the Midland Explorers, and they will play in the ISC 2 championship game tomorrow afternoon. Georgian Bay will get another crack at it. They'll drop down into the losers bracket. We'll bring you that ISC 2 championship game tomorrow afternoon here on Softball Premier TV and the ISC Network. But for now, we're going to pack it up and come back in a few minutes' time with the Hill United Chiefs and JDT First Energy. For Joe Todd, Luciano Lafrano, Carol Dureste, I'm Blair Setford. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Called strike 3, the outside corner. They weren't out of that. Again. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway.